Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
again,
Recording.
okay. So first we will see the uses of computer networks in business applications. In business applications, we use computer network for resource sharing, and it provides a communication medium, and it is used for e-commerce. So first we discuss about resource sharing. Yesterday I told you what are resources. I had given some examples of resources. So what are those resources? Resources may be printers, disks, CD-ROMs. These are all resources. In business organizations, mainly computer network is used for resource sharing. Resources may be either hardware resources or maybe software resources like programs or any software tools, and the resource may be either information or data. These all comes under resources. And hardware, software, and information, these are the different types of resources. Computer networks is used in business organizations to share these resources. So what is the purpose of sharing these resources in the organization? Now we will discuss. So consider one business organization. In a business,
Screen share చేయలేదు ma'am.
చేయలేదా?
లేదు.
ఓకే, అనిపిస్తుందమ్మా?
Yes, ma'am.
రికార్డ్ అవుతుందా?
అవుతుంది.
ఓకే. సో బిజినెస్ రిసోర్స్ షేరింగ్ అనేది బిజినెస్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ లో ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తామనంటే టు షేర్ ద హార్డ్వేర్, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఆర్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్. ఐ విల్ గివ్ అన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్. ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ business organization, they maintain some computers. Because there are different departments, there are different sections in that business organization. One computer is used for maintaining the inventories. One computer is used for maintaining the purchasing orders. One computer is used for the dispatching section. One used for the salaries paid to the employees. So like that, there are different sections in the organization and different computers are maintained in that organization. At the end of the day, when the management wants to access the data, they will do what they will do. They will simply approach the network in order to access the data and correlate the data. So for that purpose, in business organizations, computer network plays a very powerful role. Likewise, if you take in a college like ours, so here in a department there is only one or two printers, but the faculty may be more than 50 members. And the systems or the desktop computers are provided for each individual. There is no necessity that for each computer each individual printer is to be provided. There is no need that each individual computer requires an individual printer. Here the printer is the resource. So the 50 members, the 50 staff members can share the resource. Here the resource is the printer. They can share that resource. They can share the printer. Here the resource is the hardware resource. Similarly, the resource may be a software. So the software can be a software tool can be shared by so many number of persons. Similarly, data or information can be shared by so many number of persons if there is a computer network in that organization. And I will give one more example. Here nowadays, the banks or the business organizations or the manufacturing plants are so much dependent on this computer networking, because everyone has become digitalized and everything has become computerized. So that's why computer network plays a powerful role. If all the computers in a bank are shut down, then what happens? The bank will collapse within 5 minutes. Similarly, manufacturing plant also. If the computers went wrong, if the networking went wrong, then everything will be collapsed within minutes. So that's why computer networking is very, very, very important in business applications. So here the resources are sharing by means of hardware, software, but information sharing is also important. So look, once if there is a person, a salesperson is situated in New York, New York lo unnadu anukunna. He wants to access the data, he wants to access the information from a person in Singapore. Then he can communicate with him, he can access the data with him, even though he is 15,000 kilometers away from him. It is possible by only using this computer networking. So in any business application, the computer network has to achieve 4 goals. First goal is to achieve the resource sharing. So the resource sharing can be achieved by using computer networks and make the business successful. One more thing, there are so many types of resource sharing processes. There are so many types of resource sharing techniques. I will simply explain one thing, the simple model. So this is, are you able to see the image?
No, ma'am.
కనిపించట్లేదమ్మా image?
లేదు మేడం, స్లైడ్ చేంజ్ అవ్వలేదు మేడం. అండ్ మధ్యలో మీ వాయిస్ కట్ అవుతుంది మేడం.
అది నెట్వర్క్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉందమ్మా.
Yes ma'am, it's now visible. కనిపిస్తుంది.
So this is a network with 2 clients and 1 server. 2 clients and 1 server. So here in business organization, client means the customers and the server means the business organization. Similarly, if it is a college, then the client means the faculty members or the students, and the server is the central server is the college. So like that, here clients means users and the server is the resource. Here simply I am explaining only 2 clients and 1 server. The server stores it is a powerful computer. It stores all the data and it is centrally housed in an organization and it is maintained by a specific person. And that specific person is called system administrator. The system administrator will look after the maintenance of the server. And here the computers at the clients are simpler machines. They are not so much powerful as compared to servers. They are simpler machines and they are maintained by the users. So these are called clients and the powerful computer is called the server. Here the server and the clients are communicated by means of a network which is indicated by the oval shape in the diagram. Okay. Next, we will move on to the next slide. Is it visible?
No ma'am, ఇంకా చేంజ్ అవ్వలేదు మేడం. Yes ma'am, now change.
Okay. So that is a single server and 2 client network. It is mostly used in many business organizations. There are also some other types, but it is mostly used because it is less expensive. Because when compared to mainframe, it is very expensive and efficiency is less when compared to the mainframe. But mainframe is 10 times faster than this, but it is 1,000 times most expensive. That's why many of the organizations only afford this client server model. So we will look at how it works. In the diagram, if you see, on the left side, there is client machine. On the right side, it is server machine. Clear? At the left side, it is client machine, and the right side, it is server machine. The communication process that took place in the client machine is client process, and the communication that took place in the server machine is the server process. Here, what happens, the client machine, that is the client process, wants to access some data or wants to access some information or wants to access some resource. So what happens, it sends a message over the server, over the network to the server process. the client process sends a message to the server process through the network. So it is nothing but a request. Sending a message is nothing but request. So here the server process receives that request from the client process. After sending the request or the message, the client process waits for the reply from the server process. The server process, once taken that request, it performs the requested work or looks up the requested data and send back a reply to the client process again through the network. So here the communication to the communication from the client process to the server process and the communication from the server process to the client process is taken place through the network only. So this is the process how the resource sharing takes place in business organizations. Next, we can see now again, we go back to the business applications. So first resource sharing is completed. So I think you could understand that it is a simple client server model. So in client server model, there is a client machine and a server machine, and the communication between those two takes place by means of a network. And second goal of the computer networks in business applications is to provide communication medium. To provide communication medium. The first application resource sharing is the sharing of resources between non-living things, either hardware or software or information or data. So whatever may be, those are non-living things. So the first goal is resource sharing deals with non-living things. And the second goal, that is providing communication medium, it deals with the human beings. So how a computer network provides the communication medium to people. First thing, everyone are familiar with email. Email means electronic mail. So one person can communicate with another person through email. Similarly, this email is a very, very powerful tool in business applications, because if one employee is sitting in one place, if one employee is another place, so in the simply what they can do is one can change a line in the document and other can easily change that change. So there is no need to wait for that change like other conventional mediums. So if a person want to change, or if a person want to communicate some change in the schedule, simply he can communicate to the others through email. So it saves a lot of time. Another important communication medium is video conferencing. Yesterday class నేను మీకు already చెప్పాను. So in this pandemic time, in COVID pandemic time, you are all isolated from the college for last 5 months. You are all away from the college for last 5 months. But we are all in still contact with your friends, your faculty, your college, because due to this video conferencing. So today we are all on online classes due to this video conferencing. So you can hear us, you can watch us, and you can access the data from this video conferencing. So this communication medium is also provided by these computer networks. Next, third one, e-commerce, electronic commerce. There are two types of economic commerce in business applications. First one is doing business electronically with business. Means doing business with business people only. For example, car manufacturing company is there. So in order to manufacture a car, the car requires so many other accessories, and those accessories are to be purchased from other business organizations. For example, to manufacture a complete car, the car requires engines, tires, next glasses, whatever may be. So they have to purchase these items from different organizations. So that is done by using computer networks only through e-commerce. Similarly, e-commerce, doing business with customers. There is no mediator or there is no business organization in between. The customer can directly in contact with the business person and they can purchase the items. For example, Amazon and Myntra. So whatever item you want to purchase, simply you can go through the app and you can purchase the items you want. So these three goals are achieved by using computer networks in business applications. Next, second one, home applications. Is it visible, home applications?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible, ma'am.
Okay.
Visible, ma'am.
So second type of application where computer networks is used is home applications. So business applications and home applications, there are some common points in both of them. So we will discuss one by one. First one, access to remote information. First thing, access to remote information. It is also common in business application. That is nothing but resource sharing. These two are almost equal. Access to remote information. Remote means we are simply sitting in the home and we want to access the information which has taken place some other thousands and thousand kilometers away from us. For example, you are simply sitting in your college or simply sitting in the home. You are knowing the what is the status of what is happening in the Lord's Stadium in England, cricket match. So ball to ball score. Okay, everything. You are simply sitting here and you are knowing what happened there in London. So it is possible only due to these computer networks. You are accessing the remote information by simply sitting in your home or simply sitting in your college. Like that, www, surfing www, World Wide Web. You are simply sitting here and you are looking what happened there. You can look about what is happening in the business, in politics, in sports, in movies, what we can easily surf that for either technology or for fun. And next, online newspapers also there. If the climate is not good, there are many of them have the habit of reading newspapers at the early morning. The first and foremost work they can do is reading the newspaper. If something went wrong, if the climate is not good, then if they are not able to read the newspaper, nowadays they are not becoming panicked because they are easily access the online newspapers. They can simply go through what is happening by simply clicking their mobiles or simply clicking their computers due to these computer networks by online newspapers. So they can also customize those newspapers. Customizing means if they want to view only political news, then they can customize it. If they want only sports news, if they want only movies, if they want only technology, if they want only fashion, they can customize those online newspapers. Next, one more advanced step in this access to remote information is online digital library. So famous organizations like IEEE, like that, they will publish powerful technical magazines and journals through this online library. So in this way, we can access the remote information by simply sitting in the home. Next, person-to-person communication. So here also, like email, here also email and video conferencing, person-to-person communication. We can communicate one person to another person by simply due to these computer networks. The same thing repeated here, email and video conferencing. We can sit in our house, we can watch our friends. So even though you can't personally meet them in these 5 months, you are in touch with your friends because due to these emails, due to this video conferencing. So here I am talking about only traditional techniques. I am not talking about the recent advancements. We will discuss it later. Next, third one, interactive entertainment. Interactive entertainment. We are all know that what is meant by entertainment. Then what is interactive entertainment? In that entertainment, you are also personally involved. That is known as interactive entertainment. So here, in an offline class, it is an interactive session. When a class teacher explains something, you are all listening to that, but when class teacher asks something, stand up and please answer this question. Then if you know the answers, you can speak, otherwise you will remain silent. But that is interactive. Here in offline also, it is possible, but it creates disturbance. That's why I mute all of you. So here it is not an interactive session actually, but there is some entertainments which are interactive. I will give you example. If we are watching a movie in a theater, movies are for entertainment only. Movie is an entertainment one, but it is not an interactive one. We are simply sitting in the cinema hall and we are watching on the screen. Similarly, if we went to a stadium and watching a cricket match, they are all playing and we are simply sitting and watching that one. So it is not an interactive entertainment. Interactive entertainment means live shows and video gaming. So in video gaming, you also interact with the game. Okay, so like that, live shows. TV lo there are some programs like phone kottu, gift kottu and chepta antaru kada. So they will ask you some questions, quiz questions, and you have to answer that one. So live programs, live quiz shows, these are all comes under interactive entertainment. And last one again, electronic commerce, that is e-commerce. So Flipkart, Amazon, these all comes under the e-commerce. So in this way, computer networks is used for accessing remote information and person-to-person communication and interactive entertainment and electronic commerce in home applications. So here, there are no fixed clients and fixed servers because it is person-to-person communication. Visible? Is it visible? Vamsi? Vamsi?
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Okay, in home applications, the computer network usage is not a two client or single server type. So here it is a peer-to-peer system. There are no fixed clients and there are no fixed servers. It changes from time to time. So I had said that in home applications, the fourth usage is e-commerce. So here there are some forms of e-commerce. We will go through it. So tag means short form. B2C. B2C means its full form is business to consumer. So here the business takes place between the business organization and the customer directly. There will be no mediator between them. So that is known as B2C, business to consumer type e-commerce. దానికి ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏంటంటే ordering books online. So whatever book we want, we go through the list and we will place the order and purchase the book. Similarly, not only that, Amazon also a business to consumer type e-commerce only. Second one, B2B, that is business to business. I had already explained you in the previous slide that a car manufacturing company requires different materials to complete a car. So it purchases different materials from different business organizations like tires company, like glass company, like engines, like that. So it has to make business with some other business. So that is B2B. Next one, G2C. G2C means government to consumer. So in that also, the computer network plays an important role. So in where there is a relation between the government and consumer. So if you are living in your own house, you have to pay tax for that home. So that tax is produced by the government electronically. They produce the tax forms electronically to us. Likewise, for employees, income tax forms also electronically generated by the government and distributed to the employees. So G2C, that is also an example of e-commerce. Next one, C2C, consumer to consumer. So consumer to consumer, if you have a mobile phone, you are fed up with that mobile phone and you want to buy a new mobile phone, what happens? You want to sell it, you can do it by e-commerce. Okay, so for example, that is OLX. Whatever the item you want to sold, you can kept it in OLX. Okay, that is consumer to consumer type e-commerce. Next, P2P, peer-to-peer. Peer-to-peer is used for sharing of music. Okay, so these are all some forms of e-commerce. Next, we had discussed about business applications. We had discussed about home applications. Next, we will discuss about the mobile users. Here, mobile users means not the users who are using mobile phones. You have to understand that one. Here, mobile users means the users who are not using mobile phones. Mobile users means the users who are in mobility, the users who are moving, the persons who are always moving. The wired devices are not useful for them. Okay, for example, if some persons are always traveling in planes, some persons in boats, some persons in cars. So for that persons, the wired devices are not useful. Okay, so for that they requires laptops and handheld computers. So the demand for them is very much growing in nowadays. Today, interest towards wireless network has been increased because wired connection is not possible in cars, boats, and aeroplanes. So that's why most of them are using handheld computers nowadays. So here is the combination of wireless networks and mobile computing. So most of them think that both wireless and mobile are same one. No, even though they are closely related, but they are distinct. So here there are some of the typical applications. If you see here, 10 minutes on that.
Yes, ma'am. 9 minutes, ma'am. Talking.
Okay. So here are some of the examples. Wireless. There is no wireless and no mobility. Ante it is wireless, it is wired one, and it is a stationary one. The example for that application is desktop computers in offices. So those desktop computers are wired one and they are stationary one. Stationary one. Next, wireless. It is no wireless, but it is mobility. Example is a notebook computer used in a hotel room. Next, it is wireless, but it is not mobile one. That is networks in unwired buildings. And last example, both wireless and both mobile one, that is store inventory with a handheld computer. So these are the combinations of wireless networks and mobile computing. Both are not equal. They are having some differences. And so we had seen the uses, what are used in business applications, used in home applications, and used in mobile users. And there are some social issues also using these computer networks. So we will go through it. Although computer networks have several applications in about every area, we should care about some social issues. So we have to take some care about some social issues. So mainly, there are so many issues, but we will mainly discuss about these three things. First one is sometimes important documents on a network can be hacked, cracked, or damaged by others that cause economical and social loss to the corresponding users. So we are sitting in our house, we not even spent a single money from our account, but the amount in our money was withdrawn by somebody. Okay, so it happens because somebody hacks our account. So it causes economical loss. Like that, there are also so many social issues that were caused due to the hacking and cracking of our accounts. Next, second thing, sometimes shared contents of a network are controversial with respect to politics, religion, etc. So recently in Bengaluru, someone posted some offending statements about some religion in the social network, and due to that, many disturbances, many havoc has created in Bengaluru. So even though either they intentionally or unintentionally, if they post something in the social network, it creates a loss of a lot of disturbance. So that's why recently the government also said that don't send any jokes and messages regarding COVID. The administrators, the group admins are responsible for that. Like that also, they had given some statement. Okay, so in many countries, there are restrictions in sharing the content in the social network. And finally, viruses and other threats like spam can attack a computer connected to a less secure network. So there are so many types of networks. Some networks are less secured, but most of the people prefer those less secure networks because they are less expensive. Secure networks are more expensive. So someone what they purchase as less expensive, less secured networks, and those are subjected to many viruses and many threats like spam. So these are all the social issues that are linked up with computer networks. But in spite that, the advantages are very more when compared to the social issues. So if you put some restrictions on the social issues, definitely computer networks is a very tremendous field. Okay, thank you all. If you have any queries, ask me. You can raise hand if you have any doubts. Anyone? So once again, I am briefly explaining what I had told today. Computer networks are mainly used in three applications. These are, okay, Ravindra. So unmute yourself. Chepama. Ravindra, hello. ఎవరికైనా ఏదైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే అడగొచ్చు. అన్మ్యూట్ చేశాను నేను, అడగండి. So then I will proceed. So computer networks is mainly used in business applications, home applications, and mobile users. In business applications, it is mainly used for resource sharing and providing communication medium and to perform e-commerce. And in home applications, it is used to access remote information, next peer-to-peer communication, and also e-commerce. And mobile users, it is used to provide connecting networking in handheld computers and laptops. And finally, there are some social issues. So everyone have to be very careful when using the computer network because it reaches to the public, which causes a very much damage to the society as well as individuals. Okay, thank you.